My name is Jordan McFarland, head coach of Inspire Academy. We were able to get an invite to the DME tournament. We traveled with 13, 14-year-olds. We were playing against 16, 17-year-olds most games. We already knew it was going to be tough, but pressure yields diamonds, right? So this trip was a special one, mainly because for most of our young athletes, they had never been on a plane before. They'd never been outside of Toronto. You know, most programs, especially prep programs from Canada, they don't really bring 13 and 14-year-olds on a plane to compete in tournaments. We thought it was important to do that because we want to make sure that these young athletes understand that there's much more to life than, you know, what's within their neighborhood. So we didn't go the conventional route of getting a bunch of hotel rooms. I don't think that's the best way to bond as a team. I like to do the Airbnb, get a big house. You know, they had access to a pool table and ping pong table, and we had a couple of cookouts. It forces that chemistry. We have to see each other 24 hours out of that day, and that eventually would translate to the court. DME is home to two of our rising stars, Babatunde Duradola, class of 2025, and Kamani Walters, class of 2027. Our young Inspire team got a chance to see the players that they look up to, and just to see them in that space inspired some of them to push harder and to realize that, yeah, this is possible. They're Canadians like me, and they're down here doing something on a large scale, so why can't I do it? So first game, we played against a really good organization, DME. Out the gate, we were kind of slow. We started to get acclimated to the style of play out there in comparison to how the game is played out here in Canada.
Push them off their spot.
A couple of our guys started to get hot. We started to talk and communicate, which, I mean, we're still working on that stuff to this day. It's not perfect, but we didn't end up taking that game, but there were some really good takeaways in terms of how tough we really are and how well we have each other's backs when times get rough. Second game was against The Rock, well-established academy out of the Florida area. You know, right out the gate, the physicality was really tough on our guys. They were a bit bigger in terms of their physical stature, not necessarily height, but they were older than us.
Considering we're a JV team and we're playing against varsity level athletes, I think they did pretty well. And I just think age and experience kind of took over down the stretch.
And we didn't take that game either.
The goal is just to keep getting better, keep working, keep improving, and just play with some heart. Get it done, get the job done, let's get it done for this trip.
We just gotta bring the same energy from the start.
Just need to talk. We don't talk enough.
When we talk, we need to be more vocal with each other and like be more stronger.
Get in the paint more and be more physical.
I learned how to play stronger, more aggressive, and smarter.
It taught us a lot, and we just, you know, move on to the next game. So game 3 against the Academy, for me, it was more of a surprise. They weren't much bigger than us in terms of size. We were right there with them, but they were really feisty. They were ready to go. Once the ball went up in the air, they were like pit bulls biting at our ankles. They really ran the floor any chance they got. We didn't win that game either, but it was definitely an eye-opener as to gotta play every game like it's the last opportunity that we're gonna get to play. Taquan Filbert, instantly when he gets in the game, he provides a scoring punch for us. There was a game where he scored 30+ points out there. He was really good out there. Jawan Bailey, you know, despite his size, he's been able to fight through the physicality and make plays for us. He's up for the task. Kamani Walters, he's a 2029. He's either 12 or 13 years old, playing against 16 and 17-year-olds, and he was an immediate impact player. Whether it was fighting for 50-50 balls, scoring, even rebounding, getting in there amongst the trees and rebounding, he is definitely an up-and-coming star in the 2029 class. Again, we went 0-3, and most people would say that would that would make our trip an unsuccessful one, but I disagree. I think we learned a lot, and I think we had a really great experience, and we gave 10 boys an experience that they will never forget. And that's what this is all about. It's not about the W's or the L's. It's about how can you change a young man's life? How could you change a young man's perspective on life and approach on life? And even if we were able to do that for even one of them, that's a successful trip for me. This trip, I wouldn't say that it was all about the games and all about the winning. It was more about the experience and giving these young men a chance to see that, you know what, the world is big, in a sense, my oyster. Let's go conquer it, you know?